Welcome to The Stuff, the podcast where you and I literally talk about what else? Stuff. This is your Comedic Escape-based podcast show, and I'm your host, Ian Walker. Now, let's go talk about some stuff. Are you guys just as freaked out as I am right now about this year almost being over already? Excuse me. You know, I just got used to it being 2017, and now we're sitting in November. Some of the world's about to, gorge themselves with turkey and other things and give themselves a chemical-induced food coma. And you're seeing Santa Claus on television and stuff like that. And it's like, wait, you know what? It's already like at the end of the year. What the what? You know? So I'm not going to lie, that's kind of freaking me out a little bit. I didn't expect for 2017 to move by so fast. But of course, the indicator of time moving fast is also an indication of you growing older. And unfortunately, that's just the fact of life. Is it not? So today is November 21st, 2017. I am a day late in recording this episode of the Stuff podcast show. That is because I was expecting some new stuff to be coming in to help me out with my equipment to help to upgrade the show, and I wanted to record with that. So right now, if you guys haven't already, the Stuff Podcast Show has a YouTube page. I did a one-hand unboxing video. It was actually by accident. But I did an unboxing video of the new recording gear that I got. I have a Logitech C922 web camera, and finally, a Blue Yeti condenser microphone. Excuse me. So this was one of the things that I have been wanting for so long, and I found a great deal on, let me see, what was it, Best Buy or Amazon? It was Best Buy. Found it on Best Buy. It was like this combo. It was like $130. The camera by itself is about $99. It's almost $100. And the microphone is generally about $100 to $130. And so to get it for the price of just the microphone by itself, both of those, huge deal. Okay, huge deal. So I went ahead and did that, but I wanted to wait because I knew the stuff was coming, so that's why you're hearing it now. So I'm hoping that from now on, the sound quality of the podcast is going to be a lot better. I was using cell phones before. I had my iPhone SE, actually, that I was using to record the show, which actually didn't sound too bad also. But, if you're going to do something, you got to always improve over time, right? If you're going to do something, you got to get better over time. That's important. So that's what I did. And so that's why you got a delay in recording. However, I did make a video and I put it up on YouTube. So make sure to go visit the Stuff Podcast Show YouTube page. I'm going to be doing some other unboxings. I'm going to be starting to do some movie reviews there. I'm going to have video segments of Dee's Palette. I'm going to have live interviews there. I'm going to be putting the live shows, the live podcasts on those. Speaking of which, I will be making an announcement when the first live podcast show will be going up. It will be in December. I just need to decide what date I want that to be. But next week's show, I will officially make that announcement on the date that I decide that I want to make that show. Okay? So for today's show, again, I'm going to go freeform, straight through. Just go segment by segment, no mechanical cutting, just keep it all natural. And it has been a interesting week. So one of the things I want to talk about, it's Tuesday now, so I get to talk about it now with reckless abandon. And what I'm talking about is the Justice League movie. Okay, so I'm going to be doing a review of that today, and I'm going to be telling, of course, some other stories throughout the week that I experienced, some nasty, I call it nasty experiences, and a little bit of entitlement, not a little bit of entitlement, but some incidences of entitlement from some people that I came across this past week. So knock this first segment out the window. I wanted to go in and talk about the Justice League movie. Now, this movie is going to be full of spoilers, okay? The weekend has passed. If you ain't seen it, okay, that's the reason why I'm doing this segment first, because if you haven't seen it, then, you could skip this part until you see it, and then you can come back to the show later on and see how I feel about it. But yeah, I'm gonna say what I feel, and it's gonna be spoiler like crazy, and I'm gonna talk about it with reckless abandon. First off, the Justice League, hands down, was one of the best movies I have ever seen from DC that they put out. And it proves even more how much trash that now I kind of refrained from saying it before. I wasn't a big fan of Batman versus Superman. From an outsider standpoint, who's never seen the movies, who's never been there, it was a cool movie. But from a fan perspective, I was very angry with the movie and I didn't like it. But I prevented myself from saying it. However, now I'm not afraid to. Because Justice League showed us the Superman that we were supposed to have in Batman versus Superman. Okay? Superman in this movie was so awesome. And Superman, for those of you that don't know, Superman is my favorite superhero, next being Batman. So you would think Batman versus Superman would be great, right? No. As my good man David says, hot garbage. That's what that movie was, Batman versus Superman. But Justice League showed us what Batman and Superman should have been. And it's great but what Justice League did was they took a lot from a movie that was such trash and implemented elements and even lines from the movie and put it into Justice League to make it a very well-rounded film. The folks at DC did a very good thing by, making Zack Snyder not go to the back seat of the car, but putting him on the passenger side. And letting Joss Whedon take the reins for a little bit. In my opinion, Joss Whedon can do no wrong. The guy was great. He did good, and I think creating a film that could have been another Batman versus Superman had Zack Snyder continued on with the reins. That's just my opinion. In the movie, there are some characters that I did. Oh, and really quick, I apologize if you hear me coughing. I am not feeling good today. I don't know, some, funky, weird head cold. I don't know. I think I may be coming down with something. I'm not sure. But so I apologize for all the sniffling this week and coughing. But to go back to what I was speaking about, as far as the characters in the movie were concerned, I really enjoyed the interaction that the heroes had between each other. Wonder Woman, again, was great. She was learning how to come back out of her shell after being secluded for so long. After being forced out of there with Doomsday in the picture, it was nice seeing her being integrated back into the world and having to be a part of a team. Batman was great. Now, a lot of people said that Batman's performance is very underrated. I think for the situation that he was in, and literally being the only human without powers on the team, I thought he did great. He wasn't able to do as many of the cool Batman things, that we're used to seeing. But again, Ben Affleck did a great job, and I think how Batman was portrayed was great. It reminded us that, yeah, dude, you're the only human on that team, and you are up against some big dogs. You are a great support and you are a great backup. But when it comes to dudes from other planets and things, he can hang, but he cannot match up equally to them. And this time around, Batman had a lot of comedy relief. He was funny in this film, which was something I didn't quite expect. And it was nice to see, quite different, I think. And so, when he got his just desserts with Superman, don't tell me y'all didn't start freaking out when the Flash, when Superman single-handedly beat down the Justice League in Heroes Park, and the Flash tried to come around and stop him. When he looked to his right, just turned his eyes, and then finally his whole head, and saw him coming, towards him, dude, I straight jumped out of my seat, started clapping so hard. Because it's those type of things that we should have seen before. I mean, that was Superman. You know? I mean, he headbutted the crap out of Wonder Woman. I mean, oh my goodness. I mean, into the ground too, on her back. She didn't care. She didn't care. I mean, he didn't care that that was a woman. He at this point he was confused. You know? He didn't care. And can't nobody tell me no different either, that Wonder Woman didn't like the fact that he was able to pull that lasso toward her. You know, no man could do that. She was like, oh, yeah, she enjoyed that. She was down. The Flash was great. Cyborg was amazing. I have some friends that really had a problem with his initial design for the film. I personally loved it. I had no problem with it. Yes, he did look like a Transformer. Yes, he did. But I think for the story and what they were doing, I think to not give him that human look right away was perfect. And as you'll see in the film, for those of you who may not have seen it or listened to the spoilers anyway, you'll understand when you see why they did that. I still think the look was great. I still think that if they were to continue to do that with that look, I would be okay with it. Okay. But if you go see the movie, there will be a slight change to that, and one I think most of you guys will be satisfied with. Aquaman in the film was cool. And honestly, that's all I can say about Aquaman. And the reason why is because I really feel that he was only a part of the movie because he was a small part of the overall story, and that his people had something to do with the mother boxes. If it wasn't for that, if you go see the film, you'll find, and let me know if you guys agree with me, Aquaman was not very necessary for the movie. I almost feel that if he was an essential part of the story, where, you know, everything took place on Earth, or the mother boxes were all on Earth, had that not been the case, I would have rather have liked to have seen the Green Lantern in the Justice League. And I think that would have been a much better character to put into the movie, whether it be Hal Jordan or John Stewart. It wouldn't matter. Seeing a Green Lantern, I think, would have been a better bet. There was not enough information there for us to see Atlantis. And they say, oh, well, they're going to put that in the Aquaman movie. Quite frankly, I don't give a crap about Aquaman. I don't give a crap about Aquaman movie. I don't want to see it. I don't care for it now. I'm going to see it out of curiosity if it comes out. But all in all, I'm not excited about that. I don't care to see an Aquaman film. You know, that's not a movie where I'm going to take out my wallet and be willing to spend $70 to $75 at the movies to go see. So, oh snap, got alerted. Excuse me. So that, I feel like he wasn't very important in the movie, and he was a character that could have been done without had he not been a part of the story regarding the mother boxes. Okay. So again, that's just that's my opinion on that there. Now, with regard to Justice League as a whole, I'm very impressed. I loved it. I feel like my biggest question is, why couldn't the Avengers be that way? You know, there was no, you know, they didn't know each other. No. You know, Batman and Wonder Woman went and recruited these people who didn't know each other. But they realized, look, there's a bigger problem, bigger than us. We have powers. We need to work it out. We need to make it happen. Period. In the story. There's no internal bickering. There's no people doing crap behind each other's back. And there's no, you know, differences of opinions that like constantly break up the team, bring it back, break up the team, bring it back, break up the team, bring it back, like the Avengers. You know, I think that is so ridiculous, and I think Marvel doing that is childish. And they gave us, DC's given us what we needed and what we wanted in 3 movies. 3 movies. Marvel has done it over a span of 15 years. Now, granted, when Black Panther comes out all day, I'm there. But, why did it have to take this long for us to see the Avengers? Why did it have to take 4 Iron Man films or 3 Iron Man films and, a couple other things to get the Avengers movie that we want? Ridiculous, in my opinion. Very ridiculous. I'm not going to sit there and pretend like that's a great thing, because it isn't. I don't care if you want to tell me, oh well, story had to be told and do. No, that is Hollywood cash grabbing, and that's just what it is, pure and simple. So, anyways, that's it. There, Justice League was an incredible movie, 4 out of 5. Now, the reason why, and using the rating system of my friend there, 4 out of 5 stars. Now, the only reason why I did not give it a 5-star, the movie is too short. The movie is only 2 hours long. I think that time could have been taken to take the character of Aquaman and expound on him a little bit more. And I think that was a wasted opportunity. I know that the movie went through some hard times and some rough patches in order to get to where it is, but that movie deserved 2 hours. It really did. Another gripe that I have, the whole aspect of the Justice League and what we saw in Batman versus Superman, when it was revealed that in the Justice League that Steppenwolf was going to be the main bad guy, I was like, okay, I'm cool with that, but I want to see Darkseid. Also, I didn't care if it was even a cutscene at the end credits. I just wanted to see Darkseid. I was very disappointed that I didn't. I kind of feel cheated in that. You don't tease something as big as Darkseid and his minions and don't give it to us. And yeah, he mentioned him. Steppenwolf mentions him in the film. And that was cool. And I guess maybe that was DC's way of giving the people what they want, by saying, okay, we say Darkseid's name, we know that what this is about, then, they'll understand. But to me, that wasn't enough. I needed to see something. I wanted to see something, and I didn't get that. Now, it's not so bad that, it just takes away from the whole movie, because it absolutely does not. But don't tease a villain like Darkseid so hardcore, especially for us fans that know, and don't give us some semblance of that physical semblance of that person. Okay, seeing stuff like that reminds me of what I saw on Smallville. We were waiting to see Darkseid at season 10. They teased him throughout the entire season, had all of his minions, all of his Furies, everything. Granny Goodness even had everybody, only to give us at the end Darkseid in the form of zombie Lionel Luthor. Okay, that right there is a discussion for a whole nother podcast. Okay, because I got stuff to say about that, because to me that needs to be done over. But before I go into a tangent about that, again, I feel like there should have been something that we should have been given. And then in the cutscenes, again, for those of you that haven't seen the movie, there are 2 cutscenes at the end. One of them is a very pivotal cutscene that I believe is a huge step backwards. In comparison with the threat that the Justice League face, this next so-called threat is very elementary, very simple. To me, so much so it's not even considered a threat as compared to Steppenwolf. Okay, it's cool, but it's not a threat, and it's a step backwards. So I'm curious to know where DC is going to go with this in the next DC movies for the Justice League. But as far as my ratings for the movie, 4.5. The movie was the movie we were waiting for. We got the Superman that we all know, love, and were waiting for. Henry Cavill, as always, does an amazing job. Everybody did an amazing job. And I think everyone else did an amazing job as well. So I have no qualms about the movie except for the few things that I mentioned. Justice League is a highly recommended film. Again, 4 out of 5 stars for me. Go check it out this weekend if you haven't already. And yeah, it's the bomb. It's the bomb, Diggle. I'm gonna go see it again for sure. Okay. Just tell me if, for those of you that have seen Justice League, I want you to leave some comments below in the YouTube page. Let me know what you guys thought of it. Tell me your thoughts. Tell me your opinions. Tell me what you liked about the movie. Tell me what you hated about the movie. And let's talk about it, because I love to hear what you guys think of the movie and of everything that we saw in that film. Okay. So right now, I want to pop over into my next segment and talk about some things that happened to me. Another incident that happened over the last week. Actually, this one happened yesterday during the trip to Target. And this is one of the nasty things that I've ever seen. You know, you guys would be amazed as to how many nasty people there are out there. People that don't, in particular, wash their hands. I was at Target with my son. I had to go use the bathroom. So, gentlemen, I'm putting this dude on blast, putting this business out there because this is nasty, okay? Dude went to the bathroom in the stall. You knew what he was doing. He was handling business, dropping kids off to the pool. I'm going to say that because this is a family show. And you heard it. That's what he was doing. And this dude, when he gets done, gets up, puts his pants on, walks out, does not wash his hands. Now, that right there, he should just... Again, it's a family show. I can't say what I really want to say, what I would say maybe in front of my friends. But that's not okay. In all kinds of ways. You can just imagine the kind of disease and germs that dude is spreading just on his own. He probably went and touched the Target bags. He probably touched the baskets at Target. He probably did all that stuff. You know, dude just walked out of the bathroom. I was shocked. You know, I've seen guys that go number one, don't wash your hands. Still disgusting. But it's like, ugh. Dude, come on. You know, that's like forgivable, though. It's like, dude, come on. Now, you know better. Wash your hands. Okay? Come on. But when the dude drops deuces and you don't wash your hands, dude, you deserve to be strung up for a minute and get a good whooping, dude. Because that's just not okay. Okay? That's just nasty. That's foul. Okay? And I would love to hear what you guys think should be done to a person like that. Let's just be real. Because that's nasty. That affects everyone around you. It affects everyone around you, and it's foul. So, anyways, that was my nasty event of the day. I just wanted to throw that out there because I felt like it had to be talked about. And you'd be amazed, guys, as to how many nasty, unclean people there are out there. Now, we all personally do, you know, we have our nasty things or nasty habits, which is another podcast episode. but that's not like that's a nasty habit that needs to be stopped if that is that person's nasty habit, because that's foul. That is disgusting. Okay, wash your dang hands. Okay, those signs are in the bathroom for a reason. It's not just for employees, it's for you, because what you're doing, you're putting your hands on stuff, and now we got boo boo, and now you want to rock kids running around with pink eye. It's not cute. Okay, and that's why. It's one reason why. Okay, it's disgusting. Okay. So, ew. Anyways, so if you guys have experienced a nasty situation, let me know in the comments below. Okay? I like to hear them. I bring it up again because, of course, I'm going to bring this back up. Little nasty experiences that people do. And we'll talk about it. Okay? Again, I apologize for this coughing. Ugh, this head cold thing is just killing me today. Anyways, so another thing that I want to speak about was the subject of entitlement. Entitlement to me is a disease. Okay? And in my opinion, it is a disease as a result of upbringing. When you're not told that you don't own anything, that nothing belongs to you, that you don't deserve anything, and that you got it just because of the love from someone else, and that you're not deserving of it, that you need to earn it, when you're not taught that, that's when entitlement comes. And working in customer service for so many years, I've run into so many people who feel that false adage, and I'm going to tell you the false adage of the customer is always right, they really live their life by that. And maybe not just in retail and in customer service, but you also get those folks who feel that way in regards to just life in general. Like they should have the right to any and everything they want, either because they think they're the child, or oh, they're the baby of the family, or they have high profile jobs, they have a lot of money, you know, things of that. One of the things that I never understood, why is it that rich people always get free stuff? You know, that's, and they're like, oh, well, because then they'll tell their friends and they'll bring people around and then they'll be apt to spend more money. Maybe. But why are you giving it to them free in the first place if they're going to spend money? That has never made sense to me. That's never made sense to me. You know? But okay. I guess they're used for promotional reasons, I guess. I don't know. I still think it's wrong. I don't get it. But you get people that feel that way and just feel like, oh, one of the most things that bugs me the most though is in customer. We had a lady come into the shop and she wanted a specific kind of juice made for her. Now, you have to order your specific juice by a certain time. If you come in after that time, guess what? You got to wait till the following day. No, this lady wanted her juice the following day. My boss handled herself like a trooper, by the way. I mean, she was so awesome. I mean, she did such a good job with this lady. She was just continuously rude, didn't even tip her. But she handled it like the boss should. And I was impressed. But she kept going on and on about how, oh, she has to wake up early in the morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, and she has to drive all the way to Santa Cruz, and, you know, they have this, and she has to do all of that, and she doesn't have time to come in and pick up juice. Can I just order all, have them deliver it to me, because you guys should have it delivered. Oh, and you guys, yeah, we make juice every day, but you never have juice available, because, by the way, they make juice fresh to order. It's not just like, you know, up at a shelf. We're not Safeway. So we make the juice as needed. But she's upset because they're not available. She has to drive all the way to Santa Cruz, you know, not realizing that, you know, she could just drive her behind to the store in Santa Cruz. But let's not get into that, okay? So she, my boss, needs to just bend over backwards, take the verbal abuse she's getting from her, and then do exactly as she says. No, it doesn't work like that. Now, my boss did do that. She ended up doing that because she was patient. She ended up sticking through the conversation. After that were some different words, but but you know, to carry out the transaction, she did it, and she turned it around, which is awesome. But why are you guys like that? Why are entitled people like that? Why is that the case? You know, you don't deserve anything. We don't deserve anything. Okay? Just because your status and what you have and things of that nature, no, you don't deserve nothing. In fact, it could all be taken away very suddenly. And that's something you got to remember. That's something all of us should remember. You know, sometimes even us, sometimes we do have a tendency, sometimes even myself, we sometimes feel a little entitled to some things, you know, but we always forget that at any time, these things, we shouldn't take them for granted. And all of these things can be taken away from us at any time. And because we feel entitled, we tend to, you know, sometimes they'll treat people like crap. And that's not okay either, you know. So, you know, with that in mind, you know, just let's just stay humble, people. Okay? Let's not do anything crazy. Let's not treat anybody any less than anything. And let's just remember that at any moment we could all be gone, or we could just lose everything. Okay? Let's just do that. All right? Anyways, so I'm going to go ahead and end the podcast show today. I apologize once again for my sick. I am not feeling well, and I'm trying to run through it, but so all the coughing and hacking and, sniffling you hear during the show, I apologize. Next week I will be better. Again, next week I will be announcing what date the live show will be in December, as well as to please follow me on this show will be posted on both the Art of ID Walker YouTube as well as the new Stuff Podcast Show site. So, but after this week, the shows will only be posted on the Stuff Podcast Show YouTube page only. Okay, so make sure you go like, comment, subscribe. If you've been listening to the show there, go there, listen to the show there, please. Okay, like, comment, subscribe, spread the word, let everybody know. Again, just a quick reminder, I'm still looking for a street team, some volunteers wanting to help me out to make this thing get a little bit bigger. So let me know if you guys would be down with that in comments, or shooting me an email at thestuffpodcastshow@gmail.com. Anyways, I'm going to get off, try to get better, and prep for next week's show. And until then, thank you guys for joining me so much. I will talk to you guys again. You guys have a great rest of the week. Take care. Bye.